Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bash Harry and I make new videos every other Saturday, usually. I don't know. So I've been bullet journaling since 2020. I can honestly say it has changed my life. And entering 2022, I'm gonna get into my third year of bullet journaling. It's something that I would recommend to everybody because honestly, it has changed my life. I don't know how I have lived without bullet journaling because I have been bringing notebooks everywhere I go since I was like in primary, but I never really had any structure or organization with the notebook until 3 years ago. Getting into 2022, I wanted to make a little video about my plans for 2022, what's going on, what's different, and how I set up my bullet journal so I can have a very effective and productive 2022. I don't know about you, but for me personally, I need to organize my life or else it'll just end up a complete mess. So having some structure to the bullet journal has been great for organization, but also for creativity. So once we get into it, you'll know what I mean. I like having a little bit of both, mostly structure though, just because I'm a very analytical person. So in the past year, I've stuck to a very simplistic, minimalist kind of way for my bullet journal. Now I think I want to get a little bit more creative, well, as creative I can get. So if you want to see how it goes, please keep on watching. I'll see you in a bit. What's up, everybody? I haven't done like one of these in a long time, but we're using this fresh new book that I wrote some ideas down. I love dotted notebooks. They're the ones that I've been using for the past year. This is the one that I have been using the past 3 months. So we're gonna start with a fresh one. This is paper ideas that I got from Paper Chase on Instagram. I will link it all down below. What I started doing this past year is choose a main sticker for my 2021 bullet journals, so I thought I would continue it and do it for 2022. I was figuring out which one I wanted. I wanted something a bit playful, a little fun. It was very difficult, but ultimately I decided to go for the bubblegum statue. Once I decided which one I wanted, I used a ruler to kind of measure out roughly, very roughly, where the center was. You don't have to do it, you can just eyeball it. I eventually did eyeball it, but it's just an option that you can do. Once I finish the cover, it's time for the official first page. I don't have the prettiest handwriting, so I actually just printed it out and decided to cut it up, which I think is much better for the prettiness or the aesthetic of the bullet journal. I think this year I wanted it to be a little more aesthetic, a little bit more creative and pretty, something nice that I could look at and really enjoy looking at, you know? It ended up being a bit too big though, so I ended up cutting it down a bit further just to fit the whole page. I got it inspired by Amanda Rach Lee. It's kind of this early Y2K cut and paste idea of a bullet journal, so I wanted to do that as well. Very Olivia Rodrigo. So taking inspiration for that, I decided to add a little bit of, what is it called, like little symbols, kind of like a diary, like a middle school diary that I never had because I never did this. I wasn't that creative. If you're a better illustrator, obviously, please play around with your own designs. But if you're like me and you don't really know how to draw, stickers are the way to go. If all else fails, put stickers at random areas. I have these little small dots and you will see them everywhere. Also, if you have washi tape, use washi tape. It is amazing and also makes it look a little more aesthetic. On to the 2022 cover art. Just quickly erase it. I just wanted to remember it for this video. I used the same font, same size for my name cover for 2022, and I also wanted it to have the same aesthetic as well, kind of playful, Y2K inspired, entering the 2022s with, you know, good, fair optimism of youth or something like that. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass. As I said before, this is just what I'm doing for my bullet journal. For you, it could be very, very different. It's all up to your style and how you want to start 2022. For me, I like sticking to color themes and just certain ideas that don't necessarily have to be followed throughout the year. I know it's all dependent of what you want. And like I said, use as many stickers as possible. Some people have a word of the year that they want to bring forward to 2022. I try to have a word occasionally, but my go-to for every year really is hope. I hope that next year will be good. I hope that life will be good. I hope everything will be good. And during times like these, sometimes hope is all you got. Also, ignore my bad handwriting. I tried to do calligraphy. It wasn't good. This is probably my favorite section, and it's a new one. It's my vision board for 2022. I am probably going to make a full video of how to make a vision board. Basically, I printed out all the things that I wanted 2022 to aspire to be, whether that is travel when we can, clothes, fashions, all that good stuff, as well as furniture, because I am now a young adult woman in my mid-20s. I like looking at nice furniture. Once everything is cut, I simply just organize it and see what looks good together. This took the longest. I was very indecisive. I didn't know where to put where I wanted it to go, but ultimately this was just kind of like a fun exercise. And vision boards don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like aesthetic or anything like that. I think the best thing about vision board is that you can make your own. You can make it however messy or clean you want it to be. So this is what my vision board looked like for 2022. To add a title to it, I just glued leftovers, pieces of paper, and wrote down Vision Board 2022. Mind you, I'm not good at handwriting. My handwriting is not great, but it will do for now. No one's gonna see it except me. I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out, and I cannot wait to show you how to make your own, probably in the next video. On to the next page. I am using my old book as a reference to do the key. You don't have to do a key, but for me it is super, super important just to keep track about what the symbols in my book means. So for example, my to-dos, whether it's moved or completed, any events or deadlines, birthdays, etc. It's honestly up to you what symbols you want for your bullet journal. This is just what suits me and my lifestyle. I am also somebody who really likes color coding, so here I am color coding everything that might be in this bullet journal, whether that is work, DJing, craft, content, etc. Right beside my key and color coding, it is grid spacing. You don't have to do this, especially if you are pretty much using the same bullet journal and you don't have to remember how many dots or spots or spaces there are. This is purely just for me. To add a little bit of pizzazz, I'm also adding a few stickers, because why not? Future Log 2022. I'm doing this section very differently from my past bullet journals because I used to do it all in one page, but unfortunately I've realized it is not enough space, so I'm actually using 3 pages for this. So 4 months per page, leaving one section of the page blank to fill up any events that I might have in the future. You don't have to do this, but this is what I'm doing this year. I also got inspired by Best Dress, Ashley from Best Dress. Girl, come back to YouTube, I miss ya. I didn't know what to do for the next page, but I thought, you know what, why not add more stickers? And then I realized, well, this could probably be my thoughts on 2022 page, how I feel in the start of 2022, so I can end my bullet journal the same way, my thoughts, my final thoughts on 2022, kind of as a reminder to myself on what to look out for the year to come, and hopefully feel a lot better. For my 2022 goals, I kept it pretty bare. don't think I should put my goals and thoughts out on the internet just yet, but here I'm separating it from personal content, knits and craft, etc., those things, because it is very important to have your goals laid out somewhere physical. I also have a Notion where I just track the journey for each of my goals. Over on the next page is my finance tracker. So I don't actually know what I'm planning for this year, especially in terms of finances, but it's important for me to keep it all down here, including a finance mantra. I think it's important to track them at the minimum. I already have a full video on it if you want to check it out. On to the next page is very important if you are someone who bleeds every month, and that's a period tracker. This is new for me. I've seen people do it for their bullet journal, so I thought, you know what, why not have one specifically dedicated for my period? It is honestly so simple. All I'm doing is writing down the months and the corresponding dates, so when I get my period, I'll just add a little red dot so I remember and keep track about my period, my mood swings, anything that has to do with my uterus. Can I say that on YouTube? Over on my next page is my health tracker, and to be honest, I didn't know what to add here because it changes every few months or so when I look back at it, so I'm just keeping it bare for now. On the next page, it is my books to read and knits to knit. I think for me personally, it is really important to get back into reading. I miss reading all the books, so I have planned to read about 30 books for 2022 and knit 22 pieces for 2022. I know it feels like such a small number, but it will feel good in the moment when I accomplish them, I hope. That is the end of this bullet journal setup. This is what 2022's bullet journal will look like, and honestly, I am so proud and so happy with how it turned out. It is so beautiful and pretty and kind of aesthetic, but mostly organized, which I personally like. I hope this gave you some inspiration, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, my battery is dying, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know if you are really into bullet journaling, or maybe you just want to get started and need some inspiration. I will see you in a few weeks, probably next week, maybe the week after, we shall see. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you soon, I guess. Okay, bye! Also, Happy New Year! It is 2022 when I'm making this video. No, it's 2022 when this video is up, so Happy New Year! Hope it was a great one.
저기요, 네. 좋아.